Guest Center with an appealing look at life in Western Massachusetts. This is Mass Appeal. Here are your hosts, Ashley Cole and Seth Stutman.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mass Appeal. I'm Laura Marie, filling in for Ashley Cole.
And I'm Seth Stutman. We're going to start it off today with a little Wheel of Fortune. So if you're anything like us, like me, you tune into 22 News weeknights at 7 for Wheel of Fortune.
And if you've been watching The Wheel this week, you might have seen that it's not in its normal location, and they're celebrating Mother's Day in style.
So in celebration of Mother's Day and the show's 30th anniversary, that's right, they've been on the air for 30 years. They came out to New York's Madison Square Garden to shoot some shows, and I got to go behind the scenes during their tapings. Take a look. I am behind the scenes here in Madison Square Garden at Wheel of Fortune. It's their 30th anniversary. You can see the board is behind me. We have the backdrop, so many monitors. This place is absolutely incredible. All the work that goes into it, and you all know this. This is the wheel. The wheel actually has 73 pins that give it that unmistakable sound, and it's the only one in existence. It travels with the show. And now I'm going to fulfill a lifelong dream. I'm spinning that wheel. Okay, it is harder than I thought it was. That's a heavy wheel. More than 100 people help put the show together, and the crew tapes 6 shows in one day, and the audience gets to watch the whole process. The audience gets prepared and riled up a little bit by one smooth operator.
We don't have too many rules here at Wheel of Fortune, but one of them is no picture taking, of course, because we do that. Another one is have fun, everybody, because this is a game show. It's not like Wheel of Flying Daggers or Wheel of Library Books. It's Wheel of Fortune. We want you to look like you're having a good time. Everybody having fun? Let's hear some applause.
Jim Thornton has been announcing cash prizes and so much more since 2011. During the first taping, there were technical difficulties, but that's okay. For the audience, it might have been the best part. Pat used the time to joke with the guests, and he took a little nap. And Vanna answered questions for the audience. They are both just such genuine people.
I mean, I try to treat every show and every group of players as if they're the first group. I mean, it's not fair to them or to any, or the viewers certainly, or the people who pay me to say, oh, it's show number 6,800, here we go, well, you want to buy a vowel, okay, here. I try to treat every show as an individual entity, which it is, and bring the same energy to it. And I like to think if you're watching a show, you can't tell whether it's the first show I've taped that night or the 5th show or the 6th show.
But the show hasn't always had that glitz and the glamour that it does these days, and Harry Friedman, the executive producer of Wheel of Fortune and of Jeopardy, told us how the show's changed over the years.
I think the first big change came in wanting to elevate the energy level of the show and realizing that I needed to do that internally, not with the staff, but with the pace of the show. So that's when we brought in the electronic puzzle board, because prior to that, that letter would slide into a light box, and that's how the puzzles were charted on the puzzle board. A curtain had to be rolled out in front of the puzzle board so the audience wouldn't see it. Stop tape, took the letters out from the previous puzzle, loaded it with the new puzzle. So in the meantime, everybody was
taking a break.
Right, and there was no momentum. So that's when we brought in the electronic puzzle board. We've added more elements to the game, such as the mystery round and the wild card and the jackpot round and half car and stuff like that. It used to be pretty much person, place, or thing. And we developed more categories to help both the audience and the contestants focus on the subject area of the puzzle.
And now you don't have to be in front of the wheel to play along. Tell us a little bit about the other new additions that people at home might not know about.
Well, the Wheel Watchers Club, which is now 10 years old and has 8.2 million members. And if you're a member of the Wheel Watchers Club, you can watch the show, and every day we give away $5,000 to another Wheel Watcher Club member. You can now play Wheel of Fortune on your smartphone, on your tablet, in just about every digital form possible.
Between shows, I got my turn at the puzzle board. I am living the dream of so many women, and probably some men for that matter. I have the ability to sashay back and forth and touch the letters that make the puzzles on Wheel of Fortune. But I don't have nearly as many dresses as Vanna does. In fact, I have 0 dresses.
I mean, I wear some beautiful gowns, and I've worn over 5,700 of them. Never the same one twice.
What happens? Do you have a huge closet? Do you have a house of closets?
No, unfortunately, I don't get to keep any of them. But they're fun, and I wear them, and then they take them away, and it's okay. And it's fun. It's like getting dressed up. It's like being Barbie, kind of.
We were lucky Harry shared with us an insider story. Give us one behind-the-scenes element, because people at home, they watch it, they love it, they've been doing it for generations. What's one thing that they don't see? Or you can give me more, I've got time.
Well, we used to have someone who would sit in a director's chair, much like you're doing now, who would signal Pat when a contestant asked for a letter, so is there a T? That person would hold up, if there was 3 T's in the puzzle, that person would hold up 3 fingers. And so that job became lovingly known as Finger Boy.
That doesn't seem too glamorous.
It wasn't too glamorous.
Say it like that,
no. So now it's done electronically. Backstage there's a small monitor on a table that Pat looks at, and it's signaled from backstage how many of a particular letter are in the puzzle, or there's an X if it's not in the puzzle. No, I'm sorry. And now that system is called EFB.
Huh.
Electronic Finger Boy.
So
very technical.
Times have changed,
very
the names
technical.
not so much.
That's right.
Wheel and Jeopardy have been around for almost 30 years, and Harry doesn't see it slowing down.
I realized the other day that I've, just Wheel and Jeopardy alone, I've produced, it's coming close to 7,000 episodes of the 2 shows. And they couldn't be more different, except for the fact that they are shows that are true audience participation shows. You can watch Jeopardy and be amazed at what the contestants know. 2 minutes later, you can be watching Jeopardy and be amazed that you know something that they don't. And that's I think, one of the beauties of the format.